Hey folks, it's time to begin this playthrough. I'm Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and as you might remember from my introductory video last time, I'm going to do Firefly the Game. Now, alright, so I'm not going to explain too much before I play again, so I'm going just to do this. We have 20 rounds, 20 turns, which are indicated by 20 of these disgruntled tokens. And in those 20 turns we have to finish the job. And the job is to, well, the awful lonely in the big black scenario. A solo scenario is this. And we are doing the ugly part, so no rest for the wicked. We need to successfully proceed past 20 or more misbehave cards. And misbehave cards are these little thingies here, these cards here. And I will explain them as we will encounter them. Well, and let's hope we encounter a lot of them. So, we can each turn do 4 actions. We can fly, we can buy, we can work, we can deal. I will explain them as they happen. But for now, we are going to buy. We are here at Silverhold, which is one of the many shops. And there is Silverhold. That deck right over there. And when buying, when starting the game, you have a discard pile of 3 cards at each shop. Now, the thing you can do is when buying, you just can take all of the cards in the discard pile and you can look at them and you can, well, consider these to buy 1 or 2 or 3, maximum 3. Now, we need transport and firearm for the job we are trying to start here. For patience, so as you can see, it needs firearm and transport. At this moment, we don't have one of either, so we can, well, I think I will consider the firearm to buy. The sniper rifle here. The other cards that I don't choose are going back in the discard pile, and I can draw cards up to 3 from the deck itself. Now I can consider these 3 to buy. We have a sniper rifle, we have 2 sniper rifles here, and we have the pistol. The price of the thing here is here at the bottom right. And well, this is cheap of course, but I think I will take the firearm, well, the sniper rifle with me. Later this might come in handy when misbehaving or something like that. It might get us misbehaves done faster and easier. So let's spend a little bit more money, 800 bucks. This I'm not going to choose. I could buy up to 2 if I want to, but I'm going to choose only one. Going to take one of the Glücklich GI 642X. The other one, go back in the discard pile. I can, well, next time I buy in Silverhold, I can first look at the complete discard pile again and, well, see if I want to buy any of those. And there we go, there is Mr. Malcolm, and he has gotten the sniper rifle. Okay, so that was our first action this round. Now, our second action, we are here in Silverhold. We cannot work here because we don't have any jobs that we can start here. We cannot deal here because there is no contact here. So let's move, let's fly, and well, we need transport. So I'm thinking about going somewhere to another shop where there is a lot of chance to get a transport. I've been looking into the discard piles, especially those of Regina and Osiris, because they have more chance, I think, or to have transports, but there aren't any in the discard pile, so I'm still having my doubts of where I'm going. So the plan is to go to Regina, trying to get transport there. Also for the other one of my other jobs, I need to be solid with a Niska. This for this one here. So that means I already have done a job for Niska successfully to be able to start this one. So Niska is also right over there here on the board. So that's two things I can do. Try to get another job for Niska and hope to get a transport at Regina. So that's the plan of this man. But of course that means we have to fly all the way to Georgia, and we are here at Heinlein. So there's a long way to go. I've counted, I can get there in 2 turns if nothing bad happens, but I have to take so many risks because I have to pass, well, right past Londinium, and well, that's a little bit of risk because I do have some wanted crew members on board. But still, we are going to try, and well, let's do the first fly action of this game. Now, flying, you have 2 options. First option is you mosey. Mosey means you just move slowly 1 sector space, like this. Nothing happens, no bad things can happen, but that's your move. 1 move, only that. Or you can do a full burn, and that happens with your drive core. So we have our beginning drive core, the one we started with, the Radiant Accelerator Mark 1, which, as I said, it costs 1 fuel to initiate a full burn, and we can move up to maximum of 5 sector spaces. So let's do that. We spent 1 of our fuel tokens here, and as you can see, they cost 100 if you have to buy them somewhere. So let's spend that one and let's start our move. Now we have 5 moves that we can do maximum, but after each move we look at which space we are. Now we have this blue circle in the middle, that's alliance space, and all the rest, all the other spaces are border space. Now I've moved into a border space, that means I have to draw the top card of the border space deck. I just have to read it. And as you can see, the Reavers are on the hunt. The player to my right, which is me, I am sitting next to me, which is kind of a strange thing, to be honest. Well, we have to move him within 1 border space, and then we keep flying. So that's what we do. We go to the Reaver over there, and we move him 1 closer. As I said, in the solo game it's not too exciting most of the time, but we might be wrong. Okay, that was our first move. Let's do our second, and the second move I'm going to fly into Alliance space. That means we draw a card of the Alliance space deck and we read it, and it's Family Dinner. We have 2 options. We can share, kind of you to share. Well, cost us 1 cargo and could remove all disgruntled tokens from all our crew, and then we keep flying. Well, sorry, this family will not be having dinner with us because we don't have any cargo. So we have to do the other thing, which is I'll be in my bunk. Just ignore the family and keep flying. That's not a nice thing to do, but well, things are hard here in space. Now I'm going to move over here as a third move. Another Alliance space card is drawn, and it's it's the Cruiser Patrol. So the player to your right, which is me again, moves the Alliance Cruiser 1 sector within Alliance space, and then we keep flying. So we are going to take the Alliance Cruiser, which is getting close to us, trying to get us next to it. So now we have to take a risk. Our 4th move, we are going to move right over here, which is still adjacent to the Alliance Cruiser. So let's hope the next card is not another Cruiser Patrol. No, we're lucky. It's the Big Black. We can keep on flying. So that's what we'll do with our last move. And we are going to move to Osiris, which is quite interesting. That gives us another chance to, well, to check out if we can find something in Osiris. Who knows? We might find a transport over there. That would be awesome. Now, that was our move. Our first turn is done. We have paid 1 of the disgruntled tokens. Remember, if we spend 20 of these, the game is over. So, second round, second turn. Well, we're at Osiris, so we better, well, take advantage of that. So let's see if we can find something interesting. So we take the 3 cards again in Osiris Shipworks, and let's see if I can get this into screen. We could hire a pilot, the helmsman here, but I don't think we need him. Although she counts as solid with Harken, so that could be interesting, but if it was Niska, that would have been awesome. We could buy some body armor, and if that crew member is killed, well, we can try to avoid it. But we have a medic on board, so I'm not going to bother too much of that, and we already have a medic here, so we're not going to consider any of these three. We'll just draw 3 other cards here, and who knows, there's might something interesting here. An expensive hacking rig, the security interface pad, might be interesting. You never know when you might need this. We have a surgical kit which gives +1 to medic checks, but also not too cheap, but can save a lot of people's lives. And well, we can get a ship upgrade, the expanded crew quarters, which allows us to have up to 9 crew members, which is of course awesome. Might be a great tactics to go to have lots of crew members and well, have easier ways to go with jobs. But if you do a job, you have to pay your crew, so that might be a big problem. Oh man, hard time. I think, oh man, I'm not going to buy anything because I might need the money for the transport. Might be expensive. Now, when buying, you also have the chance to buy fuel or parts where you are, and well, I think I won't be bothered at this moment either. So that was our buy action, which, well, didn't do anything. So that leaves us with one thing to do. We are going to fly again. That means we are going to do the last thing of our second turn. So let's do this again. I'm thinking about going to Regina first, and then go to Niska if we manage to get there. It's 5 spaces away, so we can get there with our drive core. So again, spend 1 fuel and start flying. So we're going over here, which is again Alliance space, and we have the big black. So we keep on flying. 2. We're at patient space, but first let's see if something happens. It's the big black again. We keep on flying. Now I could stop here, our turn will be over, and I could do some work, or I could do some dealing with patients, which is not what I'm going to do at this moment. I want to get all the way over to the other side. So let's do the third move here, which another card, which is another big black. Move number 4. This is where Niska lives. Okay, and we have found a derelict ship here. We could do a full stop, but salvage the stuff there, load 2 cargo, which might be handy. We could sell cargo, or we could just hold 2 cores and keep flying. Now I am doubting, because now I would consider taking that 2 cargo. I'm where I want to be anyhow, so I think I will do so. I'm going to do the full stop here and take 2 cargo. And there we are. This is our ship again, and we have all these empty spaces. Now it's cargo, so it's legal stuff. So let's pick up the cargo, drop it in our cargo hold. Now we have this stash also. That means we can stash some illegal stuff there, contraband, fugitives, and they have a chance of not being found when people are looking for it. Okay, so that leaves us here on the board in Georgia, right where Niska lives, and that means we, well, next round are going to try to deal with him. Maybe we can find a great job to do for him. But that's for the next part, people. I'm going to end it here for part 1. I thank you all for watching. It's a slow start, of course. We have to manage to get some things, to gather some materials, some items, some jobs. But I think next video we might have some more action. So for this video, I thank you all for watching. You can always comment below if you have some things you saw that were wrong, which happens quite often, or if you have an idea on, well, the next actions I should take. Now, I'm thinking about dealing with Niska here, finding a great job there, motoring to Regina, and trying to find some transport there so I can do the patient's job, which gives us 2 misbehaves, and we need 20, as you might remember. Okay, so we are 2 turns into this game, and well, we have 18 left to do 20 misbehaves, so let's see in the future if we can manage to do so. I thank you all for watching this part. I hope you liked it. Feel free to comment, feel free to visit me on Twitter. I'm at Vitruvian Gamer, and thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.